Center, we just had a stirring rendition of the national anthem. They are getting hyped here for basketball. Big weekend for the Wisconsin Badgers. Football on Saturday, but basketball here tonight against the Xavier Musketeers, the 15th ranked team in the nation. Mike Hill, Steve Lavin getting you ready for the tip-off coming up to you very shortly. Let's talk about the Xavier Musketeers overall, a team that was expected to compete with Villanova in the Big East. They had an up-and-down year, lost Edmund Sumner, but they made that run into the Elite Eight in the tournament. What are the realistic expectations for this team this year?
Well, and that Elite Eight run is very important because they can pick up from where they left off in terms of momentum and confidence. That's what the NCAA tournament does for you. The key is the complementary players. The transfer, Karam Cantor, 6'10" from Wisconsin Green Bay. He's still feeling his way, trying to find his way, and really have a comfort level with this Musketeer team. Kaiser Gates, Paul Scruggs, Najee Marshall, very high on him, 6'7", plays with a hard edge, a wisdom beyond his years as a freshman. So again, both these teams with a lot of new faces, fresh faces that are being integrated into these programs. So how those players perform and play with cohesiveness will be the difference.
Now, here's the starting lineup for your Wisconsin Badgers.
All right, let's talk about the Wisconsin Badgers now. Of course, once again, only one starter returning from last year and only one other player that started before this season. So what do you expect out of the Badgers this season?
Well, they always take a very sound approach in terms of shot selection, very disciplined. They believe in making that extra pass. They're going to run the swing offense where everyone gets a chance to post up. Everyone has an opportunity to step out on the perimeter. They like to invert, take advantage of matchups. Van Vliet, a 7-footer, redshirt freshman, he's continued to improve. So the big size of Wisconsin presents some challenges for Xavier. They're going to have to collectively gang rebound to offset the size advantage of the Badgers.
The Badgers have finished in the top 4 of the Big Ten in the regular season the last 16 years. They don't have a lot of expectations this year. Can that be to one of their advantage? But their backs up against the wall.
Yeah, I think they always play well with that chip on the shoulder, reflection of Coach Mack, an outstanding competitor and a great fit at Xavier. Grew up in Cincinnati, and it's one of those examples. Both these coaches are perfect fits for their respective universities and basketball programs.
All right, so we almost got tip-off. Who you like here tonight, lad?
Well, Wisconsin is so tough to beat at the Kohl Center through the years. Just outstanding coaches, Dick Bennett, Bo Ryan, now Greg Gard, tremendous continuity. The Badgers at home are the pick tonight.
Xavier's won 9 of the last 11 against the Big Ten since the 07-08 season. Time to get to the guys calling the game. Tim Brando and the guys with onions.
They are ready, yeah. Air Force Mike with that throw. That's wonderful. Good to hear from both he and Steve Lavin. It is an honor to be here and to piggyback off their point, Raph. This is exactly what Dave Gavit was dreaming about, and the Gavit tip-off is perfect. 2 cultures of winning, both at Xavier and Wisconsin. Your thoughts on the matchup tonight?
It's the consistency. Year in and year out, they both end up in the NCAA and do exceedingly well. The different styles. You have your own unique style. We have to talk about that a little bit later as well. But one likes to push it up and down. That's Xavier. Jack some threes and attack. And counter that with just some sound half court. And occasionally, Wisconsin will bite you with the fast break. But the one thing Wisconsin has going, they can let it happen. The ability to make some great decisions in the low box and finish as well.
Power of the pun and the governor. Here's the Xavier lineup for head coach Chris Mack, who has done a remarkable job at his alma mater. And it's all about Trayvon Blewett and that really quick trigger. Arguably the best shooter of the basketball at the collegiate level. On the Wisconsin side, Greg Gard does have one veteran in Ethan Happ, who Coach Raftery just mentioned needs to make it happen. And certainly these young players around him can get the job done because of the program stability. And our officials for tonight's game, a veteran lot: Pat Driscoll, Earl Walton, Tim Clougherty, a number of Final Fours for Driscoll and Clougherty in their history. The atmosphere here, much like the Centos Center in Cincinnati, impeccable. We've had 2 games and 2 do-overs this week on the opening toss.
A redo. Mercure in the wrong spot, creating this dilemma. But this building does
it's unbelievable.
Gets you into it.
Yep. We've had the good fortune, you and I, of doing many games in this building, and it is fantastic.
Boy, Gooden wasn't ready to really control that jump. Who's back looking on?
By the way, you're awfully well rested on this back-to-back.
Oh, it's been great, though. You mentioned Dave Gavin, what he's meant to basketball, and of course Jim Delaney, the commissioner of the Big Ten, helped put this together with Val, and here we go. A lot of ball reversal. The key is the low post.
This young man right here is going to be one to watch. Pritzel off the back iron is Trice. Pulled down, and it's into Blewett's hands.
Nice job. Gates checking out.
There's the entry, the power move to the paint.
That's him.
And they're able to get it done. Tyreek Jones is a young man that's played a lot, but not for long periods of time. His endurance this year is going to be a key.
That's why it's key to get it inside and see if Ethan can do some damage, create some foul problems. There you got him. Bring it over.
All right.
Great bounces. Yep. He can really bounce to ecstasy.
Late double.
Nice.
Right into the hands of Trice.
The other way.
And goes wanting, and it's over the back. It'll go the other way.
Now the ability to do some damage here, make guys guard inside, maybe get to the free throw line, but that's the power game. Jones delivers.
Pritzel went over the back, his first, the redshirt sophomore from De Pere, Wisconsin, just outside Green Bay.
That's that little shuffle cut they like to run with a ball screen.
Makura, he reminds me a lot of Bobby Sura, and this kid's total game has really come around.
You know, Bobby would get mad at me. I think this kid does a few more things. I think he's a great rebounder. Right there he is, like gives his body up, doesn't get the call. They're looking to pick up the charge. Pretty play, those inside screens for easy goals.
Pritzel, yep, his first bucket. Boy, they go right inside to Jones again. Really challenging Happ.
Well, Happ went for the ball instead of staying there in his position.
Xavier now 3 for 3 from the floor, and a 4-point lead. Not quite 2 minutes gone by.
Back screen, baseline, they get the big guy where they want him. Great footwork, drop steps.
Well, he'll score from anywhere. He's got every move in the book on the block.
Right. Doesn't need much away from the basket.
Oh,
nice
cut. That curl.
Pretty.
What a curl by Makura.
That's another thing. All scorers are great without the basketball. Oh. He was hurt today, Tim.
Yes, he
was
hurt,
I should say.
Going for a layup, and he tweaked his back and had it on ice the last 45 minutes of the shoot-around. But he does throw his body around. You know he's going to give his all. There's Pritzel. This kid can bring it big time.
Shooting with confidence. That's his 4th 3 of the year.
They took a trip down under in the summer, and this young team really galvanized. Makura off the back iron, fading away that time.
And you're right, getting to that point, it really helped them grow with young kids. 5 games in those 2 wonderful countries.
Air ball, but Happ trying to run it down. Tyreek Jones clears it. How about that motor? How about that motor?
He is great with that handle. Same hand change, occasionally the crossover, the blow by.
Quentin got a lot of playing time after the Sumner injury. Last 17 games of the season, so he is a finished product at the point this year for Chris Mack.
Wisconsin's got to control the game. They can't give those easy, quick hitters.
Big time. Happ hitting the deck, throwing their bodies around, and Makura clears for Xavier. He's deceptive, as Bill said. Look at that, on his own.
That's that drag screen, and really no help. That is not the type of guarding Greg's guys complete with.
Musketeers, a scintillating start. 6 out of 7, and Blewitt has yet to shoot.
They got an offensive foul.
Yeah. And on Pritzel.
Is that who got it, or Iverson? I wasn't sure. How about this ability, the open floor to get to the 10? And McCure was just a simple little maneuver, and really nobody at home in the back. A little kiss. So much for the bad back, huh?
Yeah, indeed. You're right. It was on Iverson with that pick. And Davison has come into the game. Keep an eye on this reinforcement. Sean O'Mara, number 54, also on the deck for the first time. Davison, 34, in the backcourt checking Makura, youngster that was a former football great, Maple Grove High School, and plays a great game of basketball to go with it. Blewett's first aerial is a miss. Stop and go, and a pop, Trice.
Now that's the style of Xavier. You got to control the game. Nobody at the ramp to help. I know it's a good open shot. Well, not a good look
How about that defense by Davison?
Well, not a good play by Makura through the legs.
It's going to be fun to watch Davison check Makura because he's such a physical young guy, even as a freshman.
Didn't you feel like you were talking to a member of the faculty at Wisconsin with Davison?
He knows his game.
He does.
Both of these teams know their games. 12-7 Xavier early on.
Well, Dave Gavit meant a lot, specifically, obviously, for the Big East. You know, just being able to brand a conference, put it on the map, bring basketball concentric schools together. I think it really changed the landscape of college basketball as we know it today.
Olympic coach, Final Four coach, you name it. And when he started the Big East, he had a refreshing outlook. He wanted coaches, anybody said anything in a derogatory fashion, you bring it up immediately.
Yeah.
They really clean the air. All about basketball and doing it the right way. Dave Gavit.
And how proud he would be of schools like Butler, Creighton, and this team from Xavier as the new entries in the reformation of his league. Places that truly love the college game.
Now they got to mismatch a mirror if he wants it.
Blewett goes crying off the front iron. Hap brings it down.
Yeah, you got to make them use some clock defensively if you're Wisconsin.
Hap takes it right into the O'Mara's kitchen, right to the chest of Sean O'Mara.
And that takes practice.
End to end.
You're going the other way? Yep.
Yep.
All of a sudden, Chris Mack not happy with the call, but this footwork here, step through, finish, a little kiss. And you know the reason he's so good at that? In his role is a 10-foot basket. It's not high enough to shoot free throws, which is one of his difficulties, as you know. But he practices all day long when he's there, these different shots in his bedroom. You've tried that at home at Shreveport, I think.
I remember Pete Maravich slept with the ball, but I didn't know that I don't think even Press had a goal in his bedroom. No. Ooh, the iron is unkind to Trice early. Got a good look, but JP is looking good.
JP sure is. Out of the gate, the ability to get to the rim and use either hand with great impact. We know he can make outside shots, but the runner, a sweet little finish. And this is with a bad back. Earlier today, they weren't sure whether he would be loose enough to perform, but he is a gamer.
Well, remember, he did have the issue, as we mentioned earlier, at practice today. And I talked to him before the game, said he was good to go, but you can bet they're going to be watching him closely through the course of the night.
And even sitting out now, the tendency might be to stiffen up ball screen. Nice hesitation.
Hap's going to get that foul.
You don't want him to get a foul out far from the basket, but he may have reached in. And a little nickel dimer. Yeah, got that arm in there. Well, this kid has worked at his game. As many of the big guys benefited from sitting down, correct, Tim, over the years?
Absolutely, without question. And you know, I think one of the great dilemmas in post play now is whether to go with the arm bar or to put your hands straight up. Chris Mack was talking to his guys defensively today, saying, I don't want the hands up. Make sure you put that arm right where it needs to be in the back. If you get called for that, so be it.
Davidson, you mentioned him earlier. Kid who can make shots, run the show, a lot of toughness. Reminds me of a little bit some physical Big Ten guards.
Yeah, he loves old Josh Gasser. Those two have become friends. Josh is now working here at the university, and apparel area, and there he is, right on cue. The quarterback gets it done.
Just toughness in that kid. Mary's got good footwork around the rim. They got to get their guys out of there.
O'Mara.
Tough shot.
Yeah, tough shot indeed.
Got to go with the left hand on that kind of a move.
Pulled down by Iverson. Aline Ford is also in the game, number 2 in white for the first time.
Now, Wisconsin has some semblance of order right now. Not letting the game get up and down in a wild fashion.
Kobe King.
Another young kid who's pretty good to reach in and rake.
Yeah.
Gooden. Well, he's thrown a lot of passes, a lot of touchdowns. He's run for a few, too, but look at that strength to discard and knock it down. He called his name for a few years here.
Listen to this. He had 27 wins in his 3 years at Maple Grove, 43 touchdown passes, and his school just came from 19 down last week in 59 seconds to win a game, and he couldn't wait to tell us. Gooden on the other end.
What a pass by McCure, the things he does. But you're right, that's amazing, huh? Unheard of. That reminds me of that Plano game.
Yeah.
Right? Something similar years ago.
Yeah. A little Texas high school football matchup. I remember it well. Great Gashamati game, they called it.
Did you work that game?
No, I did not.
Oh, okay.
I wanted to. Davison in traffic. Scruggs was with him. No whistle, out of bounds underneath.
This is Xavier's game. Run the floor, keep your head up. Every pass possible, catchable bounce pass, and a nice slide by as well. One of those young kids that's going to be a factor. Scruggs on the floor right now, as well as Marshall. Very impressive freshman.
Andy Van Vliet coming back into the game. Now, this is a very liberal run of players that we've seen early on in this game for Wisconsin.
I thought you were talking politics.
No. Continuity. He's going deep into his bench because of all that playing time they got across the pond. That one's too strong by King.
He had to shoot it, only 2 seconds left. And he's reaching again.
Yeah, Van Vliet.
The speed with the ability to put it on the deck. And Andy wasn't handy.
I think you're right, Bill. The speed of Xavier on the floor right now has a bit of an upper hand just in the flow of the game.
Well, they're usually on a string, this Wisconsin defense. So even if you do get that angle, the pinch guy is ready to assist. Early in the year, young people aren't accustomed to it under the bright lights.
Xavier only 2 away from the bonus, too. You know, and we've only played 7.5 minutes and 5 fouls committed by the Badgers.
And it's usually the other way with Wisconsin. Don't turn it over, get to the free throw line more than the opponent. Ooh, nice hands.
Marshall with his pocket picked. And McCurry will pick up the foul.
You know, I thought he could have stolen that without the body, McCurry. But you can just tell the effort that he possesses here. A little too much dancing. You're playing some people who know how to guard, so you got to take advantage. And Bill Iverson, big, strong guy. And McCurry, he loves this.
Yeah.
He just enjoys it. The wrath of the crowd.
I think Iverson leaned in and helped induce that foul as he knew where McCurry was. Smart play by him.
And he really loves to bounce to the goal. Hit
Beautiful
the dive,
pass.
man.
What a cutter.
Great vision. The point center.
If you double him, he'll nail you with a pass. Here they come the other way, and another foul on Gates.
I don't know if Hap got the block at the other end, but just great basketball. You mentioned a little dive, a little acknowledgement, single or double. He's got a great feel. A little bounce pass. They keep moving when your big guy is unselfish.
Sunday, Big Ten basketball is on. FS1 14th ranked Minnesota. We saw them a few nights ago. They're awfully good. Take on Western Carolina, the Catamounts. It tips off at 4:30 Eastern time, or stream it live on Fox Sports Go.
And we sure did see them. They were impressive.
Were they ever?
Experienced, talented. Richard's going to have a nice year there, Richard Pitino.
How good is the Big Ten? Wisconsin in the preseason rankings is number 7 in this league. I dare say that's just going to reinforce this young team to play at a higher level.
They're anonymous, and I think this is exactly what Greg Gard wants.
Nice
This is where he's great.
again. Boy, oh boy.
He's got length with those arms, but the ability to slither under the glass and finish, maybe the best around the rim in the country.
That's the first lead for the Badgers. And here's Tyreek Jones on the other block, working on Hap.
Look at the range.
McCura. Not there, and a followed by a follow, and Tyreek Jones gets the garbage deuce.
Too many bodies pushing him under the rim.
It's that old line Al McGuire used to say, quicker to the loose ball, quicker to the rebound. It might be Xavier's advantage, other than this guy, Hap, who's fouled right here underneath by Jones.
And Al was quicker to the door when the check came, too.
I can't come to Wisconsin and not think of Al McGuire.
He was the best, no question about it. But you see where they go when they need something? Ethan Hap, there's great understanding of the game, great angles, hard worker.
I think I may have mispronounced Josh Gossard's name when we were talking about Davison. You cannot mispronounce Gossard's name. He is the holy grail in this town, and understandably so. Davison, though, does remind me a little bit of him, and also of Matt Brust. Remember what a thick stud he was in the backcourt. 17-16.
They've had some great players here. There's Bo Ryan going into the College Hall of Fame.
So happy for him.
Yeah, me too. Chester, PA's finest, and a big Philly fan.
That'll be in Kansas City.
Slice double. Pretty good reaction. You see how well prepared these coaches have their teams.
Boy, Blewett has been taken away, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Gooden.
Nice kick.
On the wing. Cantor just in. Couldn't get it to go.
He can make those, though. Stretches the D, different look.
What a great pickup he was late as a transfer, this young man, number 11. Extra body that can really help them in the stretch run.
Cap really knows how to screen and roll and open and present himself to the ball. They just didn't acknowledge it.
A lean forward. Gives it back to Davison with the clock winding down. He needs help. Hoist one up. Did not hit the rim, and it's pulled down by Cantor.
Well, they are really doing a nice job getting back. He walked.
That's a walk.
And that sense of hustle. Well, this is a kid who really has worked in his game. The footwork, the understanding of what shot to deliver, where to deliver, the ability to use both hands under the rim, behind the glass. A little magic by the big fella.
Musketeers, who got out to that great start, have now turned it over 5 times in the last 6 minutes. That Badgers defense has begun to clamp down just a bit.
The first TV timeout, they got themselves back into their form, I thought.
Kritzel
Going in. Well,
taken down by Blewett. Yeah, Xavier's trying really hard to beat them down the floor, but the floor is balanced. McCura.
wow, nice ball fake
from his
away.
hip.
He froze the D, though, by a look away.
Oh, boy.
Clever.
Sleight of hand. He just knows this game. And he gets the brunt of every crowd on the road.
And what a great job. They three-quarter on the box. The spin out by half to load up on this guy. But just on this drive now, the ability to freeze the D with a little look into the lane. Look it. How about that? Sleight of eyes and hand.
It's beautiful. And as I said, he only gets better the more catcalls and boos he gets from opposing crowds.
Exactly.
He
It's like
lives
us at
for it.
home.
Well, they've done a nice job of having Hap get the ball away from the basket, but look how easily he gets close. Doesn't get that one to go, and it's pulled down by Blewett.
It's hard to help out on him. Look at this play. He never gave up on it.
What a deflection. Saved by McCura.
Then again.
Wow.
Hap with a deflection ends up with the steal. That's your center. Now he's got a mismatch.
Some motor.
He's got McCura. Bring it over. McCura loves this, though.
From downtown. Not there. Boy, he's attacking the glass. Both Kaiser Gates and Blewett have been money on the defensive board.
You can shoot it.
Gates gets it back.
Nice save.
Beautiful tap out.
Kenner. Well, they really drag the defense out. If you don't play them, they can do that.
Gates.
That's what makes it open in the middle for them to punish and penetrate.
Well, the teams were and now are a combined 1 of 12 after that three-pointer goes down.
Look at that pass.
And a beauty by Hap. It's a happening, Bill.
What a well-designed play. A lead with a little brush.
Great cut by Pritzel. And that was a perfect lob from Hap. Gates again. Wow.
That's what I mean. So many good things can happen when you can shoot the basketball like that. The closeout enables you to drive. Your inside screen puts them in a better position to dominate.
Gates had to fight through a lot of injuries all last year. And this is probably about as healthy as this group from Xavier has been in a long, long time. Hap again, this time from distance.
He's working on it, but this is more of his game.
Yeah. Not there, and it's pulled down by Blewett.
Hap's getting a little tired, too. Last one down. And that hurts them. He's got to be down there to help.
Absolutely.
He's getting a little bit winded, but he just understands how to play. Look him off. Aleem with the little fake, the brush screen. Pritzel, the finish.
It is the battle of the Gavit Games, the Big East and the Big Ten.
A really good job on the glass. They got one long one. We got that war. Okay, got to make sure that we're in the post on the defensive end. That when we're crowding, we see both our man and the ball. Help one another when each guy's crowding. Right? If Paul's crowding, he's got to know that, like, if his man cuts, you got his back.
They talked to both of us today about rebounding, his biggest concern, and I believe Blue's got 5 of them. I mean, just that helps when the guards go down and assist the bigs. You know, McCure can rebound as well. He's got himself 2.
Well, the Musketeers are +5 in the rebounding department right now, and for Wisconsin, it's pretty much been Hap or bust. Pritzel and Hap are 6 of 11. The rest of the team is 2 out of 11, and he has either scored or assisted on 6 of their 8 field goals.
And he's getting that blow, which he really needed. So it gives a lot of effort when he's out there and has to do a lot of things.
Charles Thomas IV has come in for him. This is now a 10-2 spurt for Xavier, and how they play during this stretch with Hap out will be interesting to watch.
They're going to end up using a lot more clock because they don't have that catalyst.
Ford off the bounce. Quickly, Gates is on the glass.
Little brush slip.
There's the
Nice
pass.
look.
How beautiful was that? Everything but the finish, but he will get to the free throw line.
And the reason that works is you've got to spread and cover deep shooters.
Look at those Musketeers tonight. What McCura has done with Blewett taken away, he adjusts his game and understands he's got to take over. And that, even with that number, they're up by 7 points.
Well, the game isn't finished when you take one of their stalwarts away. Now, there's a lot of guys who can punish you.
The one thing Blewett has done, even without scoring, is get reads. He's got 5 of them thus far. And that's what makes Xavier such a tough take. They grew in such confidence the second half of the season. Barely really got in the NCAAs, and what a gifted NCAA tournament coach Mack is. From way downtown, it doesn't go for Thomas IV. Gates, one more time. That one grazed the rim. Here comes Davison.
And great balance, too. They're giving up easy opportunities for Wisconsin. They're going to have to grind.
Well, with this lineup, where do you get your points?
Perimeter, as you saw, Ford settled before on a jumper. Trice can knock it down, too. Got to give him a screen, though. And once again, because of the inability to pass it inside.
Oh, the bank is open late, Bill Raftery. Here in Wisconsin. Keep it open for the Michigan football game this weekend, right?
I'll tell you what. He had to shoot it and was rewarded.
When you're a quarterback in high school, you can get a lot done in college, right?
Absolutely. A little flex look here. Screen.
Blew it off the pick.
Never got set and turned around.
Really good defense by King, 23 and White. Trice.
They stay in contact without half. This is a real plus.
Nice work on the
Jones.
penetration, and Jones gets the foul.
Yeah,
that's the second.
Tough for him to be out that far, but you can just see here. Not quite that late as I thought, but look at Mac waving his hand. Hey, that's what happens in buildings like this. Some favorable opportunities happen.
Ethan Happ has come back into the game. So they do get just about a minute and a half to maybe 2 minutes for him to sit. And they held themselves together pretty well. They're down by only 6. But he's going to have to play a lot of minutes this year for this young Wisconsin team.
As they grow.
Macura again. Happ got his hand in there again.
How about that? This kid doesn't give up. You think he got something going with deflection?
Yeah.
Wants it more.
Easy one for O'Mara.
Not a good foul. 2-2.
Yeah. And that's 2. You're right.
Yeah. Talk about effort. Everybody talks about their players playing hard, not giving up on plays. We saw that the other night with Murphy at Minnesota. And he knows that's one that far from the basket. With his experience, can't happen.
You know, a lot of times, Bill, we look at the success or failure of programs based on what they do in the NCAAs. Both of these schools have done so well in the last decade, going deep, maybe deeper than many recall. And of course, there was a buzzer beater not long ago in the tournament at 16 as Happ touches them all. But the thing that you take away from really watching both programs is that they just know how to win. Regardless of how young or old you might be.
It's deeply ingrained, let's face it. The school believes in the program. And now Greg Gard was telling me how effective he is shooting free throws in practice.
Yeah.
And the game starts, and it's just different. Got to learn how to relax a little bit. Oh, not a good foul by Happ.
And that's 2. And O'Mara was in a strong position right there.
And also, what's he going to do when he gets a 10 feet from the basket? O'Mara's got to dribble. He's not that as effective deep.
And that means that Greg Gard will have to go back to the bench again.
Yeah. Puts you in a hole, really. Now, getting back to Davidson and for his leadership qualities, you had mentioned them earlier. Greg Gard telling both of us that this kid could tell 11 guys what to do in football, and he loves to attract football players who happen to be very good at basketball, because he figures if he can tell a tackle what to do, he can tell a forward or a center what to do.
Billy Kanan is coming to the game. Youngster from Brewster Academy for the first time, 6'9", 230 junior.
And he can make those threes and stretch the D.
Shot clock winding down. Wisconsin would love to limit the number of possessions. Davison with a step back fadeaway. I think he's got a future, Bill.
Yeah, he does. He's the toughest about this kid. Look at him getting everybody into it. Oh, he got hit in the mouth there.
He took one in the chops.
He's used to it. Got to get a better angle for the post entry.
Blew it. Fouled by Davison. Got hammered on the blow-by. We are at the Gavit Games. J.P. Macura leading the way as Xavier leads by 7.
Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
Welcome back to Kohl Center. Xavier up 7 over Wisconsin. I'm Mike Hill. Coming up at the half, I'll be joined by Steve Lavin. We'll break down the first half of this game. Xavier's doing an outstanding job down low in the paint and did a top 25 team lose. We'll tell you that and much more at the half. Right now, back to the dynamic duo of Tim and Rand.
All right, Mike, thank you. Look forward to that. And the lavish Steve Lavin, well decked out tonight.
Lavish. Yeah.
As we come back, Trayvon Blewett at the free throw line. This Xavier team with Blewett basically shut down, leading by 7. But he's done a lot of other things on the glass and facilitating, which is what great players do.
Yeah, what great programs have, too.
Oh, boy.
You guys understand what to do, be committed to the total cause.
Great weekend for us here at Fox and FS1 here for basketball
football,
tonight. And Gus and Joel are here to do football on Saturday.
Gus is home resting his pipes.
Yeah,
something I recommend you try once in a while. You know?
I'll make my way to Detroit and on to Ann Arbor and do the game after Gus and Joel are done with Maryland and Michigan State.
Now, this is patchwork now for Wisconsin. They've got to be solid, maybe a little more dribble drive and find people with resting with the foul problems.
Nice
That'll
pick
help.
by Illy Kanan.
Sure was.
Just gave it right back to the inbounder. Beautiful play by Trice.
Well, Kane didn't get many minutes last year. They need some help up front.
Well,
Maybe he's the guy.
his first bucket of the night. Davison takes it away.
Loose ball. He's one of those kids going to come up with them. Tough shot.
He's
How about
feeling it.
that?
He's feeling it.
Some kids are winners, you know that. That's one.
Here comes the Kohl Center crowd.
Makes you rush a little sometimes, but loose ball goes the other way. Drive that lane, get a foot into that area. That's so rewarding. Drop step, spin, some elevation as well.
This kid's going to be a star. No doubt about it. It's amazing how Wisconsin develops talent in basketball.
They're patient. The kids grow in the program.
Why not? Right back into the painted area again. He is really a smart young man. You're right. He came up to us today, had a conversation with us. I thought for a minute, wait a minute. You can't really be eligible. You've got to be 25.
He couldn't hang with our crowd. We wouldn't understand them.
No, it was amazing. And he did want to talk football. And
well, you
friends
did too,
yeah.
in fairness. You would call it Omaha, different
Blue
sets.
80, blue 80. Najee Marshall is a freshman. You talk about another young kid that's going to make a big difference for Xavier out of Hargrave Military Academy. Najee Marshall has been playing at a very high level.
Well, this is a first big road game under the lights, though. It's a little bit different for as good as you are. It's part of a learning process.
Najee sits down. Davison gets it done. An 8-2 Wisconsin run since Haps left the game. Davison took the game over.
Has. There's that little sequence. I let the back screen get the big to the box.
Trice comes down with a rebound.
Not what they want. Gooden's got to run the show.
Does the run continue? Trice.
Yes.
No, not there. Not there. Pulled down by Gates. Akira working a pick and roll to O'Mara. He's in trouble. Gives it back up. Little runner doesn't fall. Look at Makura stay with it.
They're running too fast now. They've got them rush. If you don't have the fast break, they run so many intricate sets, Xavier, just getting away from their games.
Look at the Gavit game results. Huge win for St. John's tonight by a bundle at Carneseca, and Creighton beat Northwestern. We should mention that Chris Collins this year will have to play home games at Allstate as Welsh Ryan is being reconstructed.
That is a big-time win. Northwestern's a solid team. Upper echelon of the Big Ten.
A big win for Creighton indeed. A very young team. There's King inside. Can't get it to go. O'Mara with the rebound. Makura.
Again, one pass shoot. Well, they can do a lot more things. They're playing into the hands of the Badgers.
With a three-guard look now with Trice in the game, going with Aline Ford. Billy Kanan now comes out high.
McCure's got to be careful, though. He's going to be taken if Davidson gets it back on the bounce. That's what they do best.
Ford, really good combo guard that they picked up late from the IMG Academy. Redshirt freshman from Lawrenceville, Georgia.
He did one bounce jump shot, pump fake. Not bad on kick-out threes.
9-0 run, Bill, with Happ out of the game.
Nice hands.
How about Davidson? Wow.
He's a nudge. And right here, this is all set up by great deployment, cross-court kick, something they usually do. And the big guys in the game, but others stepping up right now for the cause.
It's Premier Boxing Champions Friday on FS1. Former world champion Anthony Durrell will battle Dennis Douglin. It all begins at 10:30 Eastern. Premier Boxing Champions on FS1 or stream it live on Fox Sports Go.
They got out of their offense, too, when you think of it. A little more dribble drive, pull-up jump shots.
You know, a lot of times, Bill, when a star player leaves a game, the opposition can relax a little bit, too. I thought that happened with Xavier.
That I would agree, but also shot selection, the push, being in a hurry, not going side to side, and you know they're going to feel the ire of Chris Mack at halftime.
You mentioned it a moment ago in our game that Bo Ryan would be going into the College Basketball Hall of Fame. Induction is this Sunday, and how deserving is he? And you know the other thing, Bill, that he did? He raised more money for Coaches versus Cancer than any other active coach during his period. And I know you came here for one. I did as well. He got everybody in the state involved. Wisconsin, Platteville, Milwaukee, all of them. And the culture of winning basketball in Wisconsin is everywhere.
Yeah, no question, but he did it at another level. And then came here, was just exceedingly successful. Great. Coach Thunder learned a lot from him. The swing offense and the way they comport themselves, these kids.
Pretty good player, too, at Hershey, Pennsylvania.
They're pretty good run here with Dick Bennett and others, right?
No doubt about it. Tied at 34 with the shot clock off. Wisconsin will hold it for one.
You think rebound if you're Xavier and shoot a little late in this shot clock to get a tip or an offensive opportunity, but not too early. Pretty good D, too much dribbling.
Trice. And it goes crying to close out the half. But a 9-0 run with Ethan Happ out of the game for the last 3 minutes plus. That's significant.
It's absolutely his contribution. Essential for them to win.
We're tied at 34 at halftime. We'll send you to Mike Hill and Steve Lavin. They're courtside with us for the halftime report. It's right after this.
His ability to make some deep shots, 11 points, 4 for 7. He has just been a tremendous infusion of success for this club.
There you see the numbers, and clearly the turnovers by Xavier may be forced upon them by trying to push the envelope and pace of play. But the points off turnover is significant for Wisconsin.
No question. And the 11 a game they average in a tough conference. That's their national average last year. So they don't turn it over. They got 3 tonight, so they're valuing the ball. And as you so wisely mentioned, those last 5-6 minutes without Happ, this team just reached back.
I mean, what a bonus for Ethan Happ to get that much of a blow late in the first half, and his team to actually make up ground with him on the bench. And you look at Xavier, the flip side. Steve Lavin talked about it at halftime. Trayvon Blewett has got to get involved and quickly here in the second half.
A couple of four free throws. 0 for 4, but again, you can't get involved if you're jacking them up quick and being impatient.
Yeah, and he took 4 quick jump shots, missed them all. Here we go, second half. What an incredible atmosphere for college basketball at a place where the football team is number 5 in the country. You don't say that often. Little stop and go, Gooden rolls off. Jones couldn't get the follow to go.
You like that recruit, though. You can get into the lane and finish, but just run the show. I think they're much more effective. The swing is in vogue. Looking for the big guy to be the catalyst. Dive, read, watch that drop step.
No late double. Look at that.
It's
Look at that.
unbelievable.
Look at that.
He scores more than anybody from behind the backboard.
He forces you to double, and then when you do, he beats you with a pass.
Oh, he just took a shot.
Oh. Andy Van Vliet, the 7-footer, loves to play around the three-point line on both ends. This looks like a mismatch. Makura runs the curl to perfection.
You know, they're good defense, Wisconsin. I think help Xavier just calm down a little bit. Run your cuts, run your sets.
10 in the game for J.P. Makura.
Van Vliet, who can hurt you in and out.
It's rare to see him in the low position and high-low. Lost it on the way up. Taken out of there by Gates. Quickly down the floor. Blewett finds Makura. Count it.
Nice. And they had a little look in the corner as well for Blewett.
Floor was spread beautifully there, and outstanding passing in that sequence.
You got to have easy baskets against Wisconsin. See if they double here. That's when you're in trouble.
He's just dynamite.
Yeah, he just keeps it alive. Those big paws are amazing, the control he has. And in effect, I think that hurts his free throw shooting.
I think you're right.
Shaq,
it's a great point. Yep. Over 2 minutes gone by in the second. Still tied at 38. This should be a wire game.
Somebody's got to cut.
Blewett. Good no call, too. Hat played outstanding defense. Kritzel comes down with it with a quick outlet to Trice.
Got to do your homework early on Hap. Beat him across the lane. There he's got you locked. He's so clever. You keep feeding him.
Yeah.
Just let him go to work.
Trice from downtown.
It's a little easier when it goes inside out.
Here they come again at Cole.
Irish did a really nice job.
Got a break. What an improvisational move there, huh?
A little ricochet romance.
Just throw it off Trice's kneecap and go get you some.
In your youth, you played a little pinball.
41-40. There's the 7-footer. A little longer this one. He's got that shot in his arsenal.
Why, though? Give it to Hap. When you give it to Hap, it's not like it's going to be a jack shot. It's all going to be clever, well-designed, drop step. Look, under the glass, this is amazing. He just feels so comfortable. Wow. And this all takes place in the bedroom on a daily basis.
Yeah. He rocks himself to sleep there, and defenders here.
Jones with a nice load up.
Well defended by Hap. Loose ball taken down by Britzel. For Xavier in this half, it's been Makura or bust. 3 for 3 this half, all from him. JP can really get it done. He's an elixir on each side.
Wow, very impressive with the vocabulary in that left hand as well. Very good around the rim. Very confident kid.
He has all the cures for what ails you from an offensive standpoint. And right now, Blewett can't get his game going, so JP takes over.
Blue's just got to play within himself. It's going to come. Little lefty roller.
Oh, boy. That was an old Mikan style, only with the left hand by Van Vliet.
I'll tell you my age now. Bob Hoobriggs, University of Washington many years ago. I read about it. I don't remember. Not a visionary.
He's one of the pioneers. In all that he accomplished, he always wanted to accomplish more and make it better. And he obviously did that in his time, and I think this challenge or the Gavit Games are a great way to honor that and continue to grow the game and push forward and make it better. So the games that occur between the Big Ten and the Big East as a result of what Dave had done through his career, I think are just a testament and a salute to him and what he meant for the college game, because he helped it in so many different ways.
He was a coach's coach, Dave. How about his temperament when you think of it? Gary Williams. He had to put up with.
Oh, Patino, Thompson, Massimino,
and yet,
you.
Well, We got along because we lost to him. When
You know,
I
I know Bo is watching tonight, and how proud he must be of Guard. And, you know, when he left, I think a lot of people were thinking, oh, it's in the season. Brett Guard was the guy that I think the hands he wanted to give it to, the old guy that played at Chester, PA, he wanted to give it to Brett Guard.
Now, you watch the practices, the drills they do, Bo did. Going inside.
Ooh,
nice
what
play.
a rejection.
How about that?
Iverson.
Big,
Wow.
strong.
Here's Blewett on the wing.
First good,
Look
clean
out.
look.
Look out.
Yeah,
He gets going.
Second possession.
It took him a while to get him, but he finally did. His first field goal, mark that one down because it could change the complexion of the game.
You know, I don't think he forced things either. He played with it himself. Good defense from McCure inside. He's got to be careful.
Fritzl, baseline drive.
Oh, no.
Got
A little
him.
pratfall. A McCure Oscar. But that's what's great about McCure.
He's
always
smiling.
alert. You know, little smile. People are giving him the business.
There's a little J.J. Redick in him.
Oh.
There's no denying there's a little, he likes that moment.
Right.
Crowd is responding
just saw it.
seeing it on the big board.
But it's the read by him, though, to get out there. Even though you don't agree with the call, it's just intelligent approach. And he's going to get a foul on the cut.
And again, a nice matchup to watch, the tenacity of Davison and McCura.
He tried to get a little fall himself, Davison. See, McCure can elevate over. Oh, they got the foul, reach in.
Yep. That was a mismatch, and Trice picked up the foul, his first. And I mentioned JJ. I'm not making a comparison to the way they play, but just the savvy. You know, that's McCura's got that in his game.
The Minnesota connections there, too, when you think about those two, right?
People thought JJ might not have that big of a career after college. Well, I think he's answered that.
They run great out-of-bounds plays. The loop, they curl back. Screen, they run a dummy play. There's the loop.
Do it again.
Yeah, you got to be ready. They run so many great sets.
Scorers know how to score, and ultimately, he's got 5 quick points just in the last minute. Look for those numbers to move up exponentially. Half working on O'Mara.
No, he
Beautiful find! What a dime!
Not a good play by McCure. There's no reason he should have left that distance, leave his man open.
Iverson with the easy one off the Sunday best dish from Hap. It's just a beautiful pass inside. Really well done.
Nice denial almost.
Little runner off the back iron. Iverson almost had his pocket picked by McCura.
They've gotten away from Hap again. They're going to go give it to him.
Davison.
Look at the check out, though. Great job. O'Mara. Watch your charge.
Trying to push it.
How about this kid? Wow, stops the dribble. That is not Wisconsin defense, but the ever aggressive.
That was vintage Xavier possession right there. Just push it real good.
Oh, goodness.
That's a high ball, just a little bit outside.
You're talking my language. That's just a great play. McCure left, and that's what cost them. Too far to run. Don't get the rotation in the back. And just look at this now. When anybody step up in here, ball play, trying to protect the wing. Stop the ball, let others fan out.
I mean, he's been dynamite.
Yeah, he sure has, McCure.
8
Great
out of
numbers.
12. 16 and 4 for 4 this half. Here he is off the pick.
They got a foul. I think Davison trying to get around the screen.
Yep. Xavier has 13 points this half, all by Blewett and McCura. So clearly they've identified who they need to get the ball to in this half.
Refs have to learn you don't call a foul on Davidson here. People do not like it.
Xavier's lead is 3. We were tied at halftime. 6.5 minutes gone by here in the second.
Steps.
Yep. Marshall turns it over. Najee's had a tough go
Yeah, he
here.
has. And he is a very good player. So check these numbers out.
No doubt about it. And identifying the box score at halftime, I think Coach Mack did just that.
Absolutely. Once again, Hap, nice job. Oh, push off. He got away with it.
Now he's got a mismatch. A lean forward. Ooh, the iron really unkind. Pulled down by Blewett. Najee Marshall.
There you go. They didn't finish it, but
O'Mara stays with it.
pretty effort. But a big fella.
He became more than a complimentary player in the NCAAs. He really did.
Yeah, he did step up.
49-44.
Everybody's got to play post defense against this team. He likes to fake that handoff. That's his favorite play. He likes to dribble as he's going to hand it off on a dribble exchange, and then the hesitation and blow by the big fella.
That's the second foul on Sean O'Mara.
It stands you up. Watch how he stands you up a little now, and then explode. Clever and effective.
In football, Bill, we would be calling that a run-pass option.
Okay.
That would be an RPO.
I'm learning on the run here.
But you know, if you foul him, you're probably helping your defense. Give yourself up, put him on the line.
Right. Versus him getting a little opportunity for three.
Back in for the Badgers, Khalil Iverson replaces Dimitri Trice.
They have a very effective rotation, Xavier. I mean, they come in with solid players. They contribute different ways, whether it's rebounding, making shots, putting it on the deck. There you go.
Now, both of these teams have gone 9 to 10 deep, really understand their rotations, and now you see Hap sitting down. Remember, the last time he got on the bench, they went on a 9-0 run.
Of course, this is that TV timeout. Give him a little blow, get him back at the resumption. See, now they're going side to side a little bit more. Look at this kid. What a play.
Oh, boy. Mr. Chippy stayed with it, though.
He is something. I'm telling you. He's going to play himself into another league.
18 on the night for McCura. 51-45. Second chance points, 12 love in favor of Xavier.
Now, this is where Davison stepped up a little bit when they were without Hap.
King playing a two-man game.
Loses it.
Yep.
And look who's right there to get it.
Iverson lost the handle, and here comes McCura again. That's Gates.
Short.
Yep. Aleem Ford the rebound off the deck. That was a big sequence. Xavier couldn't have gotten their largest lead of the night.
They haven't been able to turn those misses into a quick, fast break, though. Because I know they're not a running team, but occasionally they'll bite you given the opportunity.
Shot clock winding down. This is good on good right here. Davison with a high pick. McCura on his hip.
Look at the steal by the hands there by McCura.
5 seconds left on the shot clock. Oh, they're going at it. It's dance time at the Gavit Games. Go get it. Much more left.
Really?
Really?
See zero in a whole new way. Get zero down, zero deposit, zero first month's payment, and zero due at signing on select Volkswagen models. Now with the People First warranty.
You can't put a price on safety. That's why every 2017 Toyota RAV4 comes with lane departure alert, pre-collision system, dynamic radar cruise control, and automatic high beams, all standard at no extra charge. To get similar safety features in a Honda CR-V, you'd have to pay $2,330 more. The 2017 Toyota RAV4. When it comes to safety, Toyota sets the standard. Tested, trusted, Toyota. Toyota, let's go places.
College Football Committee has made it easy for Wisconsin. They're number 5 with a bullet. Beat Michigan, a ranked opponent. They could crack the top 4, win the Big Ten, make the college football playoff. And you ask why? Well, undefeated is undefeated, is it not? And there are some teams that they could climb past that already have losses. It's a huge game. Gus and Joel will have it for you on a triple hitter weekend of college football on Fox and, of course, on FS1. A lot of great games to go with that. 5 seconds on the shot clock as we come out of the timeout. Davison triggers it in. Lob for Hap. Why not? Why not? Well, the rare misses, but a follow by Iverson.
They were ready on that 5-second timeout. Hap couldn't convert. A good retaliation.
51-47. You see that second chance points. That's the first bucket made that way for Wisconsin tonight. We just witnessed.
Nice replace. They do that beautifully.
Kaiser Gates.
And you just relax in the back.
Good by Gates.
Oh.
Xavier's really been efficient in this half, Bill. 8 turnovers in the first half, only 1 so far here in the second.
Guys sniff off the ball and get caught. Little pin down.
Fritzl trying to play the 2-man game, but blew it right on Iverson. Disrupted that play. Shot clock under 10. Davison is ridden by Gooden, and the foul picked up.
Just put it. Now watch this little replay. You just relax here, and you pay for it. Open up as Ford did. And the ability to make that shot sort of accentuates the dilemma.
Xavier clinging to this lead with 10 and change remaining makes you think that the good news for Wisconsin is Ethan Happ should be well rested for the stretch run. Here's Fritzl.
Forcing them late in the shot clock, but they're very comfortable late. Happ's got to get inside there to do the damage, I think.
Davison fading away again. This time off the back rim, and it's taken down with authority there by Scruggs.
That's what they want, the guards to rebound.
They always do it, Xavier, don't they?
Same play here.
Knocked away. Good defensive work there by Wisconsin. Fritzl is open. Hello, how do you do?
And a good kick by Davidson to his backcourt partner.
He's got 10. The lead is 4 for Xavier.
Horn set, cross screen. Wow, that's more like it, huh? He doesn't need much of an opening. Drilling it big time.
Well, some say, well, we're limiting him to jump shots. Well, guess what? He's a really good jump shooter.
By the way.
Yeah, 56 to 50.
Davidson, a little load up.
Davison, very wise play, induces the foul here.
Yeah, good and underneath, but this is all you need, that little bump. And Happ reluctant to really go far out. He wants to recover. You pay.
That's the 3rd foul on Gooden, so he sits. Makura comes back onto the floor, as does Tyreek Jones for Xavier. Trice will trigger it in. A lean forward, back on the floor, number 2 in white.
Once again, Happ doing a lot of screening outside. This is where he's tougher.
How about that look to Fritzl? How about it?
How about that? Fritzl shooting great. He got rid of the ponytail last year. His mom made him start to drill it. Nice help. This is where you need composure. And who better than Makura back here to settle him down a little bit.
It helps that Blewett and Kaiser Gates have both warmed up.
Where are you going?
Yeah.
Why would you just a little peek, a little hesitation, freeze that D and knock it down.
Blewett is 4 for 4 this half, Bill. And with Kaiser Gates shooting well, Xavier's got answers.
There you go.
A late double and a near
Gates,
one. Yeah, Gates comes in late.
Well, Trayvon, you were wondering, did he arrive? Well, he's here right now doing so many things, mainly the jump shot. Unable to stay close enough. He doesn't need much. His cushion. Delightful for Xavier.
And they get Happ to the free throw line, which we mentioned earlier is an advantage. Don't let him get the and one.
How are you killing him? He is really something with his footwork. I'm so impressed. This is all hard work on his part. A lot of coaching goes into it.
I mean, it is the only flaw in his game. He shot 50% last year at the free throw line. I think, like you, I believe the stroke isn't that bad.
No, not at all.
58-54.
If he could shorten his fingers on the free throw line, it might help. You know that. Little nickel dimer.
Yeah, against Trice.
The Wisconsin calls on Dimitri Trice's second.
That's the second on Trice. 4th team, and Blewett will trigger it in. 20 to shoot. Scruggs back on the floor with Gates, Tyreek Jones, Makura, and Blewett. High lob inside for Jones. Nicely done.
How about that? A little late on the cover four, trying to help Aleem. They do a great job from the top. Big to big. Tough shot.
Boy, is it ever.
Under duress, not the kind you want.
Yeah, and I think we've got a foul spotted by Tim Quackerty. It'll go the other way.
Well, maybe they change it, Tim. We'll see.
Xavier fouls on number 22 hits. There's a timeout on the floor.
What started as a passion has grown into an enterprise. That's why I switched to the Spark Cash Card from Capital One. Now I'm earning unlimited 2% cash back on every purchase I make. Everything. What's in your wallet?
60-54, Xavier with the lead. And don't forget Sunday, another outstanding slate. Most will see the 7 wins in a row from the New Orleans Saints against the Redskins, or you'll see 2 of the really great young quarterbacks leading the Rams and Vikings. It's all coming your way. It begins at 1 Eastern on Fox. And, of course, the day begins with the NFL kickoff. Marissa Thompson and crew, and then Kirk Menefee takes over. Tim Brando, Bill Raftery here with you. The Gavit Games continuing. It's been a wonderful week of college basketball across the board, and certainly this event, Bill, has been as advertised again.
Fitting tribute, 2 great conferences, and the kids leaving it all out there. And a great test early in the season for your club.
You made the point during the break. You got to keep Hap involved, don't you?
Got to keep him happy.
Yep. When does that touch come?
He doesn't have a touch yet.
There it is.
Now he'll bounce. Look at this footwork.
Oh, my goodness. Missed that one. A rare miss was it with the left hand.
Nice call, though. Mid-post, particularly with his flexibility and leg extension.
7 minutes left.
This is where they had trouble.
Jones off the pick and roll, and he's fouled.
Nice job. That time Hap stayed a little bit, took away the jumper, but a great rolling catch by Tariq. Anything but under the rim.
This is not a bad foul either, though. Only 49% a year ago. Tariq is, he got a lot of minutes, and he's tough. And he's probably filling a toughness void with this team with the loss of Gaston from the lineup a year ago and an outstanding defender. He struggles here, though, too.
That's pretty good start, though, huh?
Got that one to go.
I guess this year he's doing a little bit better at 67%.
Yep. You can tell these guys now are spending a lot of time. Lav touched on it at halftime. From a strength and conditioning standpoint, how much larger and thicker the Xavier kids look.
Lav might be related to these strength and conditioning coaches. Well, he was throwing some smoke.
Gets 1 out of 2 here. Hap comes down with a rebound. 7-point lead, though, which is significant in tonight's game. Neither team's been really able to run away from the other. Iverson working on Blewett.
Oh, they get the little touch.
Yep.
He didn't get the arm bar, which illegal down that area.
But as Chris Mack said to his guys earlier today in the shoot-around, we're going to be tough down there. If you get a foul for an arm bar, I can live with that.
You notice how difficult it is? Everybody posts up. So if you're not comfortable playing post defense, you're going to have your problems against this team.
So Khalil Iverson steps up to the free throw line.
One of those kids that's a great target in there, too, with that physique. You should only dream, huh?
Well, this kid knew coming into tonight's game that he was going to be checking one of the better players in the country. And he's stood tall. Gets those 2 to go. Both teams with 3 timeouts remaining in a 5-point game.
Scruggs running the show now. Got to be solid. See much more poise and direction with this offense.
O'Mara in traffic, and that's a foul.
Good spin out. You had mentioned it early, the end of the year. Played with a lot more confidence, a little more speed to his judgment as well.
I think for Xavier, what helped them last year was they got a little healthier as the season went on, and they got out of Big East play. These teams know so much about each other.
That's true.
A lot of times it's about matchups, and they got good matchups in the NCAAs.
You get tired of playing one another.
Yeah, you really do.
Beating up, every kind of performance to perfection.
And the committee looks strong for putting him in as an 11 seed. 63-56. Cushion is back to 7 for the Musketeers.
Xavier looking for a solid stop. Conversely, go through half. See if we can get something right here. Now, this is where I think he's tough. He gave up the bounce too early.
Davison fouled by Makura.
Is that 3, if I'm not mistaken?
Yes. JP now with 3.
Makura is third. Team Xavier. At the line for the Badgers, Brad Davison.
He came off the bench and got 13 points in the trip to Australia, and it was almost as if Greg Gard said, boy, I really like my guys. This team's going to be pretty good. He feels so comfortable. It's always great coaching young guys.
Right.
And he especially thinks these guys are mature beyond their years, and he embodies that, this kid.
He feels they're under the radar, really. He thinks there's something that can grow this year. Oh, got to come up with that.
Iverson did.
I thought Ford should have. Once again.
That's a walk.
O'Mara may have gotten some body in there.
You don't see him argue that often.
That forced the issue, yeah. Let's just see. Yeah, that could have been a walk. It could have been a foul, too. Don't you think?
You could say the slip had something to do with it,
right.
But Greg Gard wants that call. And I don't blame him.
I think everyone in the house wanted it. You know he's going to score at that spot, too. He's so effective. Xavier does a great job of screening without moving.
Playing pretty tough on this end of the floor, isn't he? Felt he had a deflection right there.
Boy, he really is out. He's into this game. He's looking for some balls. He's got to calm down a little bit.
Yeah. I think Makura came over and woofed a little bit, and right away Tim Clockerty got into the middle of it.
That's not his style.
You mean inducing a dead ball foul is not something JP would do?
He's been a nudge for 4 years.
Yeah. Be wary, student section. If you keep on McCurry's case, it's only going to get worse. Sounded like one of our production meetings that I was late for. Lean in for Blewett.
Not a good shot.
Emotions now taking over. Yeah. Better be careful, Hill. Should be a shot clock violation, and it is. This is going to be a very entertaining
coming down the stretch.
5:33, and with all the timeouts remaining for both teams, might take a while, partner.
And also the emotional aspect of this. Play within yourself, calm down, make good decisions. Don't be irrational.
Well, the old Big Ten, Wayne Duke would have said, we're a tough league. Well, Dave Gavit would have said the same thing about the Big East.
Shuffle. That's that fake dribble exchange. He does so well.
Indeed. Off the window.
Here it is. No, it isn't. The blow by number 22.
17. Crowd will tell you the story here.
This club at home is just incredible. 87% of their games they've won. They're going to go the other way. O'Mara. Half sold it. Half sold it. This is the little fake. Here you go. The dribble exchange not existed, but the little excitement by the little guy, the quarterback.
He's the maestro. He's the RPO go-go.
He can get away with it. It's amazing. Usually it's an upperclassman. This is the guy you got to ride. Drop step, no. Go again.
Right past O'Mara. Hello.
Pretty. It's easy. He just knows how to get position, and they know how to take advantage. Well, where are you going?
Marshall, wave it off. Fouled on his way to the bucket, and it's 1-and-1 time.
He can go left, though. He's good with that dribble. But right here, just a terrific understanding, poise, under fire, knows what he can deliver, where he can deliver it. That little baby hook, so effective.
Mentioned a moment ago, it's been a tough night for Najee Marshall. Look at the bench reaction there from the Badgers. Najee, who's played well, has had a difficult night tonight.
He is a gamer, though, this kid. He better and better as more comfortable he gets.
He's been dealing with some back tightening issues as well. Not enough to miss any games, but tough customer. Atlantic City, New Jersey. That was his first bucket. That's only 1 point for him. He gets 1 out of 2.
Taking the shooter. Pick and pop.
Ford.
Wow, inside out. Well, that's what happens with the big guy. It's always positive. Makes great decisions.
Pressure will help your teammates out. If you have no hands, it's easier to throw a post feed. Last point. You find Hap on the perimeter and he goes to dribble handoff. He's faking it and keeping it.
Great observation, right? You know, they went through that, but he's so clever, Hap that is, and a guy that they can ride on a consistent basis because of his passing ability.
Bill, it's an early season game, okay? And I recognize that there's a lot of basketball to be played, but for both of these coaches, this is exactly the kind of game you want early in the season to test your mettle, see what you got within, really for both clubs.
No question. Where do you go to? Who do you go to? Who can do it confidently? Wow.
A rare miss for McCura, trying to run it down, out of bounds. A push. Pat Driscoll spotted it.
Wow. I don't know about that.
Yeah, that one would go against Tyreek Jones, they're going to call it, on a push. And it's his third. Should we mention that this one could come down to something similar
I know where you're going.
Bronson Caney?
Yeah, exactly. The NCAA 2
Remember
threes.
that one? Yeah.
Yeah, coming down the wire, the winner, obviously. Everybody remembers.
Yeah.
I'm sure the coaching staff, the players that were there, recall it for Xavier as well.
I guarantee you there are fans of both teams thinking in those terms without question right now. What a big-time shot maker at the end that young man was.
Oh, big time. What a career he had.
Ford missed them both. They get the loose ball and another opportunity. Quick shot.
No good.
Price not there. That's pulled down by Gates. Blown opportunity there for Wisconsin.
Yeah, I don't know if they wanted that one. Run it. You can always get that.
We were tied at halftime.
Little match here, problem with Blewett. He can elevate over Davidson.
We are tied now. On that mismatch, finger roll, not there. Pulled down by Iverson. Blewett forced that one.
Yeah, a little bit of a hurry.
Early season anxiety can show up when we were reduced to just a few possessions. And a timeout, Wisconsin.
Timeout was to get Hap back in. That's exactly what they wanted. They got a possession. You know you got to ride him. So that last jack, not the kind of shot they're accustomed to doing.
Bill, when they were down by 6 and that run was made, it was incredible what he did. Well, Fox Sports Supports is proud to team up with Snowball Express and their commitment to providing hope and new happy memories to the children of our fallen heroes while on activity duty since 9/11. We remember. Visit foxsportssupports.com to learn how.
No secret. How are you going to guard Hap is the key now. Not that you want to front him, but they have not done any of that. And also, the entry passes have been simple. They haven't really been doing a good job shadowing the pass, harassing it, making it a difficult entry.
Ethan Happ, during that run when Wisconsin was down by 7, Bill, he played with the tenacity of Tyler Hansbrough on both ends of the floor.
Wow.
Like,
that's
I'm
high
going to
praise.
make a difference.
Nice play to get him to the box, but well diagnosed by Jones. He can stand up a little more strength.
Shot clock winding down. Trice.
Wow, how about that?
Trice is right. And it's 66-64.
Confident stroke inside out. The drive, taking advantage of that power and strength, but the ability to, if you go down and help too much, that's the difficulty when you play Wisconsin. Have finds, success, knockdown deep.
Davison got the foul, his third. And by the way, that was the 8th assist for Happ, getting it out to Trice when he did.
It is the
lead money at the free throw line. Has not missed one free throw so far this season.
Ooh, I thought you were in trouble.
The iron was kind to the announcer there, right?
Sure was. And Happ's been kind to Wisconsin.
Oh, boy.
Just keep riding him on that end.
30 seconds timeout.
Take a look at this upcoming schedule. And by the way, Bill, you and I will be on hand for that matchup with Baylor on the 28th of November. What a great game that will be. And of course, the monster matchup with Cincinnati is always a blast.
That's a good news, bad news comment. You know, I'm happy to have the game, but
and that Wisconsin schedule also includes Coach Drew's Baylor team.
A little connection with Virginia here with Bennett.
And the Buckeyes. How about that schedule? You start the conference season early with a game with Ohio State. That one will be on Fox. And 2 days later, Ohio State plays Michigan. Ooh. And that will lead into the Big Ten championship game on Fox. How much fun will that be? 66 all, 9 lead changes we've had tonight.
Now Jones has got to be ready. That's the key defensively. A little brush screen, dribbling down. Now they finally stay at home on him. How about this kid? And McCura with a big time rebound.
Beautiful block out.
I'm impressed early with the ability of these teams we've been watching. They're ready to little baseline bump and back screen.
Spread the floor, get an angle for that guy.
Short.
Wow! He touched it all. The iron, truly kind. And it's a 3-point Xavier lead. Davison right back at you. Rejected by Jones and pulled away by McCura.
Now you've got to be patient, get a good one, run your sets. They got a call from Chris. Let's see what they run.
Blew it now with 18, 14 this half.
X off the big guy, ball reversal, pin downs.
Oh, there's Happ. One more time, and a takeaway by Jones. He stayed with it, clock down to 3. Blew it, pumps it. Oh, my.
What a killer. And Jones' effort.
Oh,
incredible. That's your center, leaving it all out. We've been talking about Happ. It's just magnificent effort.
What's left? Trice, not here. Pulled down by Jones, and a reach-in foul spotted Iverson.
You talked about Blewett struggling in that first half. Well, he's a gamer. Nice screen by Jones to set it up. A little rat-tat-tat-tat. And he just lets the house know, just keep playing. We know. And how about this open look you mentioned late in the shot clock? Ring-a-ding-ding, ringing that bell big time.
A personal 8-0 run in the last 118 for Trayvon Blewett.
And Jones won't show the box score. That hustle play, the screen down, the little things that make you a winner.
Just a late game explosion by Blewett, who was 0 for at halftime. 0 for 4 from the floor.
And now the big thing for Wisconsin is quick hitters. Quick ball screens, get it inside. Let Ethan Happ do his magic.
Remember, they have 2 timeouts remaining, so they can extend the game, but they must make shots in order to do that. The lead balloons now to 8 points.
And Jones making the free throws, too.
You're right, looking for something quick. Davison from downtown. Staying with it. On a quick foul, he had to give himself up right away as Blewett got it.
Boy, what a hard-fought game, though.
Score will not be indicative of how hard-fought it's been.
Not over, but boy, making plays coming down the stretch.
This is a very tough-minded Xavier team, Bill.
Nice to have experience out there, too, don't you think?
Yeah, absolutely.
And a couple of seniors, when you think of Blewett and McCura, all West Regional team, I mean, that speaks well of what they've done.
But there will be a lot gained from this process by Wisconsin.
Oh, yeah. They've got a team.
Yes, they really do.
They really are going to be a factor. Losing all that talent. Hayes, Showalter, Koenig.
Well, Nigel Hayes was, talk about what a specimen he was, and you had to really respect him to go along with everything else a year ago. First double-digit lead of the night, and it comes with only 35-6 left. Trice, little baseline runner, and now nothing will fall. And he gets that one to go.
The team's not familiar with pressing, extending the floor. You can run a little trap.
Ooh, almost got the steal. Almost with the trap. Gates comes out of there with it. Now you got numbers on this end. Alley-oop to McCura.
Oh, boy, what a finish. What a look. And McCura.
He is McCura Chrome.
He loves to send it in.
Yes,
and I don't mean just the dunk.
If you got an open wound.
He's a gamer.
You got an open wound, and he'll put it on you.
And he knows how to rub it in, too. Yeah, easy. That's not necessary. That's not necessary at all. You played a great game. It's just not necessary.
Yeah.
I mean, you're too classy a kid. Good sound wind. There's a lot more games. I'm too old, I guess.
Well, I think he thrives on it. And then that moment, maybe we could say the same thing in football about a Baker Mayfield when he won at Ohio State and did what he did at the. It's a different world to some extent.
Well, for me it is.
Yeah.
And I just don't think it's attractive.
I'm with you. I'm with you. JP will sit down. But that guy really loves the warrior in him, you know.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I love him as a player.
Yeah.
That has nothing to do with it. And as a kid.
Yeah.
It's just
yeah.
Control those emotions and respect the opponent. I mean, that's what the game's all about. This doesn't happen here that often. And right now, I like it. Pat Driscoll went over and told him to knock it off.
Yeah. Both of these teams are going to do a lot of damage once they get into conference play. We're getting a little woofing a little on the floor now. That's exactly why Pat Driscoll said what he did.
Right. This is one of those, let's just get the game over.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
Chris got to be very gratified with the way his team responded coming down the stretch. And just trying to calm everybody down out here.
Trice. Not there. A quick foul given up. That will go against Elias Harden. Freshman from East Point, Georgia, picking it up. 6 seconds left.
Another one of those guys is going to help him as the year progresses, can make some shots. Xavier guys can find young people. A game like this certainly going to help them too as they go along.
As Greg Gard gets Ethan Happ some help in that front line, Bill, and you know they will as time goes on, Wisconsin's going to continue to grow.
I like them.
Yeah.
I like what I saw tonight. A pretty good film study. You know, what you did, what you could have done.
Well, we started the week in Providence with the Gavit Games, and this is a good way to
Dave's hometown.
finish it off. Yeah, enjoyed it, Bill.
Yeah, good. Great week.
Well, they close on a 16-6 run, the Xavier Musketeers, and pull away with a winning score of 10 in a game that was much closer than that for 39 minutes. Blewett 25 points, 12 of those points in the last 2:25. That's our final for Bill Raftery, our entire FS1 crew. Tim Brando will send you to Mike Hill and Steve Lavin courtside right after this.